And this code is so messy. What the hell have I done? Spending more time trying to remember what I've done than actually coding. Why are these numbers different? What the hell? This makes no sense. What?
What's going on, vlog? You guys been well? I forgot to turn on my camera this morning, so yeah. But today's vlog is going out, so that's great. Yesterday's vlog is going out, so that's great. Today I don't have much time because I was on a phone call for the past hour and a half or so. So I'll try to code for maybe like the next half an hour because so in yesterday's vlog what I said was I wanted to work on the DeepQ algorithm because I found an issue with it, and so I kind of want to play around and try to experiment and see if I can fix it. The issue I think is that my agents, they share the same neural network, and so once that neural network converges or finds a solution, it kind of just sticks there no matter what epsilon or learning rate, exploration rate I set. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if I can hook up two different neural networks that go against each other. You know, one will learn a certain tactic and will try to exploit it, and the other one will learn how to learn how to overcome that, like how to overcome that. And I think that will be much more interesting, much more dynamic, and that will help the DeepQ agent learn a lot better, because right now it's losing against naive AI, and I can't have that. It's not, naive AI sucks. How can you, even though I've been beaten by naive AI a couple of times, but whatever, let's not talk about that. That is the plan for today, and let's get right into it. I also need to do my lives, but we'll do that later. I actually have to go to the bathroom right now. Wow. I'll be back.
Okay, so once again, right now there's one neural network that's being shared by everything. And so what I just want to do is I just want to break it out and just make it two different neural networks. So again, the two different neural networks, they go up against each other. Yeah, I forgot half the stuff I coded. This is sad. Just have to go through and make sure I remember everything. And this code is so messy. What the hell have I done? Oh my God, this is spending more time trying to remember what I've done than actually coding. Why are these numbers different? What the hell? This makes no sense. What?
You know what? I have to figure this out later. I have to go to work. So I will end off there for now, and I will be back by 7-ish.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't really have much footage for today's vlog. It came out to maybe 2-3 minutes. So I'm gonna have to beef it up a little bit with some more coding. So what I'll do is I will actually spend some time, maybe about half an hour. It's like 9:20 right now. So maybe I'll spend about half an hour just going through, just trying to better learn my code, and then hopefully walk you guys through it, or try to see if I can at least solve it right now, turn it on, have it start training overnight, and then see what happens tomorrow morning. But yeah, so that's the plan. So let's get back to coding. Okay, so there are two things that have kind of confused the hell out of me and caused everything to get derailed. First one is, so you can see here, there's a local queues variable. So this basically what it does is it will get us, so this is, I'm gonna take a step back. This is all in the function that updates the Q-learning model. And so basically what I do is I go through the memory, grab some samples from memory. So a sample would be, you know, the old board, the move that it made, the new board, and you know, essentially what happened, and then what the reward was. So if the old board is, you know, you have X in the top corner and O's gone in the middle, then let's say the move would be, okay, I'm gonna go in 3-1, so that's row 3, column 1. That's the move, and then the new board would be XOX, right? So that's what the new board would be, and then the reward would just be, you know, did that action result in a win? Did it result in a loss, or did not? You know, is the game still going? So if it's a win, the reward would be 1. If it's a loss, the reward would be -1, and if nothing happened, it'd be 0. So that's what the So essentially what it just does is it just goes through and it tries to calculate the Q values of a couple of different samples, right? So it goes through all samples because it's trying to learn. And so it'll go through all the samples and it'll calculate the Q value for them. And so I have here my favorite debug tool. Shout out to Print for being the OG debug tool ever since Fortran and even before then. And so you can see that the Qs here are, this is you know, it's just an array of numbers that gets printed out. But what's interesting to me is I can't remember why I then selected, so Lua is a one indexed programming language. So I can't remember why the output for network Q values, why I'm indexing the first item within the dictionary, I'm assuming, because this is Lua, so it's either array or a dictionary. And so if I go down to the actual function itself, well, it doesn't really tell me much because the actual function just tells me that the actual function itself just spits out a Q value. So if you go to the top of the function, here's a function right here, okay, network Q values. Basically what it does is this, most of it right here. So it just calls the neural network and then it just feeds forward the input that it gets, and it just applies a mask if needed to, and so then it'll print the Q values. And so my assumption is that these are all just Q values, and you know, this output here kind of proves that, right? So Qs, and it's just a list of Q values. Now here's one thing that completely throws me for a loop. So I decided to go this morning and I said, you know what, well, what would happen if I didn't index this one? I just wanted to see, you know, what it would look like and whether or not it would throw an error. So I go and I create another local other Qs, don't mind the variable, and everything's the exact same except I'm not indexing the first item in the table or in the array or in the dictionary or whatever. And I tell it to print other Qs, and so it's the exact same thing, the exact same input that gets fed into the neural network, the exact same thing. However, if you go down and you take a look at the output, they're completely different numbers. So I'm very, very confused. But then if you take a look at it, you know, like the masked numbers are still the exact same. So I have no clue what the hell's going on there. So that's one problem. Now, another problem is if I come up here, what you'll see is, so I have the alpha parameter, an alpha for Q learning controls learning rate. However, in my update, Q learner, in my function that updates the Q learner or the neural network, I make zero reference to this variable. In fact, the only variable that I really make reference to is gamma, and well, epsilon, but gamma, right? And so I just have to do a little bit of studying to see whether or not you should incorporate alpha into your learning rate for updating your deep Q learner, or whether or not you just use the learning rate in the neural network. But yeah, that's, oh my god, this is so much work and it's so painful. But let me spend about half an hour on it, and then that'll be it for tonight. You want to know a mistake I just made? So this is a very simple formula: sample plus self alpha times self gamma and best future reward for my Q network. Guess what? I forgot to add the freaking multiplication sign. Oh man, it's too late. It's too late at night for this. What am I doing? Okay, so I think I figured it out. I think it's because it's applying the dropout mask to the output, and so because mask has a 10% chance of turning off certain nodes, I think that's what's causing the difference in output between both the Q and the Qs, or the Qs and other Qs variables. So let me just try turning off dropout, at least just for now, and seeing how that impacts or how that changes anything. And if that is the issue, I just wasted another half an hour, man. We'll see. It was all because of dropout. That wasted my 45 minutes in the morning, and I wasted another 15 minutes now. It was all because of dropout. And so now that I've turned off dropout, you can see that, let me actually just scroll up to this one. So you can see Qs and other Qs are the exact same values, and that's what I expected. So So I guess the reason why I have to call or get the first element within queues is because when the get network queue values function returns a variable. I think I set it to return a multi-dimensional array, and so I just want to turn multi-dimensional array. So I just want to turn it into like a 1D array, and so that's why I leave a reference and I get the first element. So that's that. So I wasted a bunch of time today just figuring out and trying to remember and trying to understand what I coded a while ago, but I have about 15 minutes left, so let's make the most of it. Let me try to implement the second neural network and hopefully set it up such that they can train, or it will train, it will do its thing overnight. Okay, so now that I've satisfied my curiosity, verified I'm not really as big of an idiot as I thought I was, and fixed one small thing with the alpha value, what I'll be doing now is I've already started it, so I'll just finish it up. I have, and it's just very quick and dirty just for experimentation purposes, the second neural network that I'll be using. So here's neural network 2, and then the target neural network 2 for deep Q learning purposes. So I will just be going ahead and creating the second agent to use that second network, and I'll have them go up against each other. So overnight I'll be training two things. One, I'll be training two AI agents that use two different neural networks. That's number one. Number two, what I'll be doing is I'll train as is right now, but I'll see whether or not the alpha parameter that I added back into the learning function, I'll see whether or not that changes anything and that impacts the way the AI learns in general. And so hopefully tomorrow morning, my computer doesn't crash or doesn't update or doesn't do anything stupid overnight. Tomorrow morning, I should be able to have three different deep Q learning AI bots that I can then use, and I can then pit each one of them against naive AI, see how they do, and hopefully I'll be done deep Q within the next couple of days, because I really want to move on to the next one, because the next one I'll have to code it from scratch again, and that's the recurrent neural network, and I kind of really want to work on that because I'm really excited about it. But let's finish this. I'll do this right now, and I'll continue working on this for about 8 more minutes. Then I'll go back to editing the video, hopefully get some sleep. I'll see you guys later.